Hello and welcome back to another episode of Saving Scunthorpe, and we are in a great run of form. So as you know, last time you were with us, we were in a horrendous run of form, and we'd lost 3-0 to Exeter and 2-1 to Burton. That triggered a change in formation, and since then, it has been phenomenal. We followed up lost to Burton Albion with our 2-1 win against Lincoln. And since then, we've only lost one league game, and it was to Derby County, who are currently top of the league, so can't really be sniffed at. Everything else, we've had very good results. We had 2-2 draws with MK Dons and Port Vale, and then a 0-0 with Peterborough. We've won everything else. And that means in the league, after last time we were getting a little bit worried looking over our shoulders at relegation, we're in a playoff position. No idea where this has come from. If you're happy to hear that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we can achieve this season now that you've seen that. And subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And let's show you the new formation. So we have switched to a 4-4-1-1 with two holding midfielders. Looks very negative. However, that's somewhat by design. It's meant to keep us nice and compact at the back and try and prevent us conceding so many goals, which for the most part it seems to have done. And also, we've actually started scoring a lot more, which wasn't really something I expected. I was thinking more of, like, we'd become a little bit Jose Mourinho-like, holding 1-0 wins and things. But no, we've just started smashing it out the park, to be honest. And couldn't be happy with it. We've got a game against Bolton coming up, so let's see how we get on there. And because we could do with getting this episode out, we are going to do just one game, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth about what we do with our tactics throughout the game. So our lineup for today, we've got G-Cock in goal, a back four of Ramsey, Zeman, Lissa and Smith. Grist and McGee as the holding midfielders with Paplocknick on the right, Glavin on the left, Flood in the number 10 and Colbert up front. So at the start of the match, we're going to have an overlap down the left just because we have Glavin as a inverted winger and pretty much anyone that plays on that left side tends to be. We've got highest tempo we can and playing for set pieces. We are started unbalanced. In transition, we want to counter when we've won the ball, regroup when we've lost the ball, and we've currently got it set to distribute the ball to the flanks. Out of possession, we're aiming to have a high defensive line with a mid-block so that we can try and compact the pitch a little bit. We are preventing the goalkeeper's distribution, getting stuck in and stepping up more, but trapping them outside and inviting crosses. And let's get into the game, and I'll go through a little bit of what we do throughout the game. So not much has happened so far, but usually around 15 to 20 minutes, we'll drop the tempo down to slightly higher, but we'll also add run at defence and work the ball into the box. Corner kick coming in from Morley. It's horrendous from G-Cock. I don't know where he's gone. But Santos has managed to header it over his head into an empty net, and that was absolutely ridiculous from G-Cock. He doesn't even challenge for the ball. Lissa with a free kick from deep, finds Smith and then Glavin, and then back to Lissa. We're about to look at our next change, but Smith has got the ball down the left-hand side, sends it into the box. Colbert was in there, but it's headed away. McGee can't win the header, but Zeman wins the ball back. McGee gets it again, and then Ramsey plays it back inside to Zeman, and inside to McGee, and now we're going to play it probably across the back line to Lissa, and then over to Grist, who likes to drop in and make that a bit of a back three there. Flood back to Smith and then a long ball forward, but not to anyone. Flood collects it though, and he's going to try and bring it infield. Gets tackled, but it comes to Colbert, who gets a shot off and it goes wide. Now, as we're about 30 minutes in now, we're going to switch it up, shoot on sight and dribble less, just to try and vary our attacks throughout the game. Ramsey with the ball, throws it into Flood, but it's kicked away. Grist collects it and gets it back to Flood on the edge of the box. Back to Grist, and Ramsey with the shot from range hits the bar. And as is quite typical, because we've turned the camera on, the team's decided not to show you what we've been doing recently. So for the second half, we're going to actually go to positive, and we're going to up that tempo and remove these again, just so that at the start of the second half we can try and get an early chance. And we are struggling to get a foothold in this game. Paplocknick going to come off for Brogio, and we'll bring Beale on for Glavin on either side. Dole with a free kick for Bolton and nearly finding the top corner. We've got 15 minutes to go here and it's not going great. Now we're going to bring Barkworth on for Flood in behind Colbert, and Hannah on for Lissa at the back. And it is so typical that the time that we try and show you what we've been doing, we actually go on to lose the game. If we just compare the stats from that Bolton game, where I think they had 11 shots to like our 6, if we compare that to our game against QPR, we had 10 shots to their 2. If we go back to the Peterborough game, that was a fairly even game. Burton Albion, 17 shots to their 3. Blackpool, 11 shots to their 6. You can see most of the time we are having much better games than the opposition, and for some reason, when we've turned the camera on, they've got a bit nervous and decided to mess it up. So unfortunately, we do drop points. However, we are still 5 points safe in the playoff places. However, Stockport and Bolton both have a game in hand, which could close that gap quite significantly. Hopefully by the time we come back again, we will have picked up a bit more momentum. We have gone out of the EFL trophy to Blackpool. I wasn't too bothered about that because it wasn't really a focus of ours. But nevertheless, it would be nice to have had a little bit more of a run. But what we'll do now is we'll probably come back somewhere around like Port Vale type area just to see how we're getting on in this playoff battle. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we can achieve this season. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And thank you very much for watching.